There is a new ethics complaint involving Donald Trump. No, this one is being made by his allies against his presumptive opponent, Governor Ron DeSantis. Yes, a Trump super PAC has now formally accused DeSantis of violating Florida ethics and election laws with what they're calling, quote, a shadow presidential campaign. It's particularly rich that a Trump-affiliated group is quibbling about DeSantis's possible ethics violations, given the multitude of ethics issues he's faced. A group that calls itself Make America Great Again, Inc., has filed a 15-page complaint with the Florida Commission on Ethics, a draft of which was obtained by NBC. According to the report, the complaint asked the commission to, quote, probe whether pro-DeSantis super PACs, his personally lucrative book tour, and a continued wave of state-level campaign contributions, among other things, are unlawful because they serve his personal political objectives, are in furtherance of his personal financial gain at the expense of Florida taxpayers, and are intended to influence his official decision to resign from office. Look, they're basically accusing DeSantis of running afoul of Florida's what's called resign to run law. It requires politicians running for a new office to resign if the terms of the two offices would overlap. DeSantis was reelected governor last year to another 4-year term, and his communications director dismissed the filing, saying, quote, adding this to the list of frivolous and politically motivated attacks, it's inappropriate to use state ethics for partisan purposes. The complaint details steps DeSantis has taken in recent months that they claim are to orchestrate a coming presidential bid. The complaint notes how the Florida governor has made what looks like campaign stops in early primary states in Iowa and New Hampshire, published a book called The Courage to Be Free, raised tens of millions of dollars, all of which can be transferred into a fund for a national campaign. The pro-Trump super PAC says those steps, when taken together, violate a handful of Florida laws about office holders accepting illegal gifts. But of all the candidates to be affiliated with potential ethical violations, you wouldn't think this is what they want to talk about. I mean, Trump currently under investigation for trying to overturn an election he lost. He was accused, along with more than a dozen members of his staff, of violating the Hatch Act by campaigning using government resources while serving in office. Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington determined President Trump had 3,400 conflicts of interest, 88 political events held at Trump properties, 503 visits to Trump-owned businesses, 130 events held by special interest groups at Trump properties, 67 foreign trademarks, 145 foreign officials who visited Trump's businesses, 141 members of Congress visiting Trump businesses. I mean, look, the list goes on, but so DeSantis potentially running afoul of Florida's somewhat arcane resign to run law and any potential ethical obligations seems like an issue that Trump might have wanted to avoid. Joining me now is the former chief White House ethics lawyer in the George W. Bush administration, Richard Painter. Thank you very much for coming on the program. Appreciate it. All right, so is there anything to this complaint about DeSantis's efforts thus far?
Well, Dan, first, thank you for having me on the show. It's really wonderful to be on a show where I don't have the host trying to get me to say something to please one side or the other of the political spectrum, but to focus on the facts. And this is a situation that's just ridiculous. What the Trump folks are trying to do is use the Florida State Ethics Commission to go after the governor for running potentially for president. He hasn't declared his candidacy yet. He's exploring it. We've had many governors run for president, going back to Franklin Roosevelt, and we've had Ronald Reagan, of course, a successful president, who was a governor, Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, who I worked for. And so governors running for president is nothing new, and we have federal election laws that govern that process for presidential candidates. We keep the state election money separate from the federal. And of course, the Trump people don't go and file anything with the Federal Election Commission because they'd be booted right on out of there. They want to go cause some trouble down in Florida. I don't think they're going to get very far on this one at all. He's just a governor who's exploring a presidential run like many governors have done before him.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.